Hey, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Ion Gillette. I am here with Ted Hyde, and he is with a group that is helping the city of Gillette on their Pathways Master Plan. So, Ted, thank you very much for joining us.
Gino, thank you. Good to be here.
So, the city of Gillette has put out a request for some help from our residents for help with a Pathways Master Plan. Now, why don't you start out by letting us know why is it important for a community like Gillette to have a Pathways Master Plan?
Yeah, thanks so much. It's a great question. The purpose of the master plan is twofold. First of all, is to hear from the community on its interests, its priorities, and its concerns as it relates to the city's pathway system. And really, second, Gino, the purpose and the benefit of having a master plan in place is that it really helps the community and the staff of the community focus and guide future investments and improvements to the pathway system.
We have put out a call to action for our residents here in Gillette. So what
Yeah.
exactly is it that you need our residents to do?
Yeah, thank you so much. So we have put together a number of ways that folks can engage and get information on the project. Perhaps more importantly, a number of ways that folks can provide their opinions and input on the project. The first I want to highlight is on the project webpage, we have a short survey. It should only take about 5 minutes, a limited number of questions. We've already received several back from residents. Would love to hear from many more. But it's a survey that'll ask you some questions about the pathway system in Gillette. The second is an interactive map, and it's very easy to use, but through an interactive format, it allows people to go to a specific location, stick a pin on a digital map, and provide their opinions about what is working well, what's not working well in any given location. So that's great. Also, Gino, we're going to have a public workshop coming up sometime in March, and we will be getting information out about that. But that'll be a chance for folks to hear more information on the project, get some important updates, and we'll again share information at that about the survey and the interactive map. So we're thus far, we've made really good headway on hearing from people, but we definitely want to hear from as much of the community as possible. So if I know there is on the city's webpage a link directly to the survey and the map. So if folks want to go onto the City of Gillette website, they can find those resources there. And please share your input with us. We want to hear from you. Really, what we find, Gino, is that the success of these plans rests in large part based on community input.
Excellent. And what's the timeline? When is their deadline to provide this information?
Yeah, I would say about 5 weeks from now, ideally would be great. So that puts us the middle of March, kind of that second, third week of March.
Okay.
And I think really by the end of March, depending on where we are, at that point, we may close the survey and the interactive map. So middle of March would be the ideal.
Okay. And then after that is complete, after you've gathered all of this information, what are the next steps in the Pathway Master Plan?
Yeah, thank you. So, as I said, we're going to have that public workshop, and that'll be another opportunity for us to receive input from people. And then working with staff and a limited number of stakeholders, we're going to develop some draft recommendations. And that's really the second main phase of this plan. And what that'll consist of, Gino, is really much in a map-based format. We're going to identify locations throughout the city where we recommend, say, a pathway retrofit or a new pathway alignment be considered, or an intersection be approved for access and safety that's on a pathway route. So once we have those draft recommendations in place, we're going to be circling back with staff, of course, for review. And once things are in a place for circulation to the public, we're going to have another public community-wide workshop and ask for input on those recommendations before we take the plan to the final phase.
Excellent. So there's going to be a couple of different public workshops that are going to be coming up. So we will definitely make sure we get the word out on those. So Ted, is there anything else about the process that you want to let us know about?
No, just want to express really excited that the Gillette community is engaging in this. As I said, we've already received a lot of surveys expressing the importance and the value of the pathways to the community. So we're really excited to be working on it, and just excited to hear from more folks in Gillette. So thank you.
All right, Ted. Well, thank you very much for joining us on Ion Gillette. You have a great day.
You too. Thanks, Gino.
Thanks for watching this episode of Eye on Gillette. Check out the City of Gillette YouTube page to see all of our episodes. Be sure to subscribe to know when we release new videos of Eye on Gillette, where we explain the how, what, and why of city operations.